Hello everyone, how's it going? Dr. Incompetent here, and let's play some more Songs of Syx in our guide for complete beginners. And we are sitting at 31 population. We can actually bring in another Cretonian, and if I were to bring them in, they would be homeless for the moment because I'm still building these houses, so I won't, just to avoid double whammy of unhappiness. We'll get a little unhappiness from an immigrant and a little unhappiness from them because they won't have access to a house. So we'll just wait a moment for that. We're in the process of constructing this market. Everything is delivered. We just need 4 more pieces of furniture. Our carpenter is producing 3.5 furniture per day. So not bad, but honestly, we need more. And we have 6 employees working here right now, and that is the most that this can possibly hold. Now, additionally, we have our bakery over here. And as you can see with the bakery, we're producing about 12 bread per day, which is good. And if we add everything together, we are still producing more food than we consume, which is also good. But I think we can do better than that, and as we need to scale up, yes, we need to do better than that in all respects. Now, we brought in 1 human to give this a go, but we do want some Dondorians, and Dondorians are great for a variety of things. They're good at fighting, they're good at, mining and such, so I think we want them in. We're also building this woodcutter up here, but we've paused the construction because we just need so much furniture. It's going to take millions of years for us to acquire that, and that's okay. We did end up building this pasture through the road, which, may have been a poor idea anyway. But, Dondorians aren't going to be happy in the sense on this map that we do not have mountains for them, but what we could do to make up for that is make some stone houses, produce some other conditions that would be favorable to them, and we could put them in kind of like a small suburb community, if you will, over by places that right here, for example, like where there would be stone or something we'd want to mine. We have gems. But really, yeah, we need something like this, which would be, this ore over here. And this is not a great deposit of ore, but we do need ore. So, it might have to be that. What you got over here? What is this? Sicilian? Yeah, okay, sort of. And then what about this ore? How's this? So, by the way, I'm just kind of clicking over here, and then I'm holding right-click, and 21%. Yeah, if you're not in the mountain, sometimes it can be unfavorable, but we zoom all the way out on the map, and we can click over here. What do we got? This is coal. We do need that as well. So we're going to have to kind of make some camps here and there to get this going, but that's okay. No problem. And then there's clay over here by the water that we can pick up. So what I'm going to do is unpause it and let them go to work. They're going to be cutting down these trees to make these houses, and that's a-okay. I might want to expand my bakery and expand my carpenter. Now, normally what I do is I would just redesign this and expand it. And we could certainly do that. Same thing for the bakery. But when you refurnish and rebuild, it freezes production. So that's kind of frustrating. However, we have another option which, I've never really experimented with, but it could be something we do. I mean, I've done it if you're building a separate location that you want to flesh out. We could just build another bakery right here instead of closing this one and just make a larger one. It's definitely something we could do so that we don't have to freeze production. Now, these things do take wood, and they take furniture anyway, so we kind of have to wait on that. We do have 2 livestock here, which, are you going to place it? Eventually, we have 2 livestock in storage. I assume that my workers are going to come deliver those livestock when the time is ready. We're at 11 of 17 animals, so hopefully they'll come bring them on in. Sometimes it takes them a second to kind of get there. We also might want to build over here in distribution. No, I'm sorry, logistics is what I was looking for. We might want to build some haulers. So haulers fetch resources and haul it to a location, and they're good for moving distance stuff across distances. And what we could use this for, if is moving the coal or the stone or the ore, back to our main camp if we wanted, for example. And let's see, did we finish the house? Not yet. We'll wait for that. Speed it up. Once this gets a little bit closer, we can bring in the immigrant. Oh, but we lost our opportunity, and that's fine. There'll be more. I'll wait for that to build. The faction of Winsta has moved its capital. Its people still resist. Okay, so another one of the computer-controlled factions has moved their capital, is what they're telling us. That's fine. Now, it is important to explain something that I haven't really talked about. At this stage of the game, there is absolutely no rush. And the reason there is no real rush right now, I mean, as you can tell by this skinny-dipping Kryptonian, is we are not in danger of being attacked. So if you mouse over this sword button here where it says Army, you can see right now that at the very bottom of this tooltip, it kind of gives you a breakdown of how many soldiers you have, how many recruits you have. So first, when you enlist people, they become recruits, but then they have to train for a bit, and then they become like bona fide soldiers. And it gives you then an explanation of like what your riches are, and an overall score of like how likely you are to be raided, basically. Well, the nice thing about this is, it's, as you see in the bottom, it says one can never be fully safe, but we do not attract the attention of raiders at the moment. So basically, until you get your population to a certain size, and it's usually 100 or more, you are not going to get raided. So as long as you're under 100 pop, you just won't get attacked. And I'm pretty sure that's the number. And so as long as this is telling you you're not going to get raided, you won't get raided. So you can just kind of dally at this population size until you get things going and you're ready to move up and start training soldiers, and you have, weapons and such. Okay, now I have, I'm going to pause it. I have 10 free spaces, and I've got a Kryptonian that wants to come in. I can right click, and it looks like there's just one that wants to move in. I'll authorize, that one. Oh, I did. Okay, and then I'm going to go to humans, and I'm going to authorize that human as well. Or I'll just double click it. There. Okay, so now we have 2 humans, and maybe I didn't click that in time for the Kryptonian to jump in here, but that's fine. We're 2 furniture away from finishing our market, and the market is where people are going to be able to come pick up some of the goods. The main thing I'm looking at is, sorry. This right here, I want them to get leather so that they can come get clothing. So clothing will make them happy, just boost their overall well-being. Our food stores are, getting tight. We're still here, but we need to do better. So I'm going to pause the game, and I'm going to try this. I've never done this before. So I'm still learning the game myself. I have to be perfectly honest with you. I'm still trying to learn and perfect my own build order and understanding of this game, and just teaching you what I've learned through my own play and from others. But I've never done this, and I'm going to see if it's, something worthwhile. And this is the process of playing a game like this, is just perfecting your method, going back and taking all of your knowledge, starting a new civilization, and seeing if you can do it better than the last time. So with that in mind, I'm going to just control click this bakery, and that doesn't copy it. I'm just selecting bakery basically, and then I'm going to build another bakery that is enormous, and it's going to be next to this bakery. I'm going to share an interior wall with this right here, so that maybe someday, if I wanted to see if I can get this to work. This is a little bit wonky if you try this, but I could maybe destroy this and join them. It sometimes doesn't work as nicely as you'd like. But anyway, you could see that if I want to build this and I want to throw in, an oven, we could start to see, okay, I could put an oven, here. And I could take 2 employees. And then if I put an oven here, I got 4 employees. And an oven here is 6 employees. And I'm going to make this even bigger, so that I can put in another oven. Must not block off other item. Well, let's see, can I make it even bigger so I can put in another oven? There we go. Okay, so now I can have 8 employees here if I do it this, 8 employees. And then we'll put in some storage kind of back here. And we'll put in auxiliary ovens wherever we can. Let's see, 1. This is just to boost efficiency. 2. There, 100% efficiency. I'm going to put a door here and a door here. So this will take 33 stone and 37 lumber, 92 lumber. And then this, will be created as a massive bakery. And I'm going to start this, or I'm going to queue it up. And it takes no furniture, so I'm fine just leaving that as is and letting it get built. I need more bread. Remember, the more surplus food you have, so if we have a ton of surplus food, the happier people get, because they look in the stockpile and they say, oh man, we have food for months. And they celebrate. If they see we don't have that much extra food, they don't like that. Now, if I click on Dondorians, I'm not going to bring them in. But if I just right-click on Dondorian to look at them, what we can do is we can click this, and we can just see what they like. And you can see how they love grand buildings, but they also are cool with stone buildings. We can't really do grand right now, but they like stone. Wood is okay. They're fine with that. They prefer mountain. That's their best. But if we built them some stone buildings and maybe threw in, paved road or cobblestone road or something, that would make them, happier. And what you could see about them is this is what they like, right? But their labor is what we're really going for, and they're okay. They like humans, and they like Cretonians. So that's definitely something that we're interested in. They also, you see, for battle, the Dondorians have these blue numbers here where they have high force, they have high hit points, they have high morale, So that's something exciting for making soldiers if we want. Another thing is, we don't have any Dondorians, but if we were to look at Dondorians in work prioritize, click the hammer button, click priority, look at this. You could see if we go over to this kind of work right here, that they are fantastic in gem mines and Scythian mines, which we have, Scythalon, but they're also not great at coal. Or no, I'm sorry, I'm looking at this backwards. They love working at gem mines and Scythalon mines, and they have 3 hammers, but they have 3 hammers at everything. So they're really, really good at all this stuff. They're also, they love being carpenters, and they're good at being carpenters. So, that is another plus. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to bring in a Dondorian to get the population going, but they're not going to have a place to stay right now. They're going to be like, hey, I can't sleep anywhere. And that's true. So we need to pause the game immediately and give them a place to stay. So when we're doing that, I'm going to build if I go to this and I look at priority and I just see, okay, like if I'm looking at carpenters, 3 hammers here, 2 hammers here, and 3 hammers here. So the humans are just as good, but they don't like it. Like they only have, they only get 2 fulfillment from being carpenters. Whereas, if we put our humans instead in, for example, the laboratory that we need to build, they would love that and they're good at that. So there's other things for humans. Humans are just kind of like more well-rounded. They're just pretty good at most things. So that's great. But we definitely want to make a switch and get some Dondorian carpenters at the very least. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to click home and I'm going to build a house. And I build it over here by the carpenter buildings so that the Dondorians who live in here, I'm going to build a longhouse for them, can get right to work. So like we could put it right here and they would still have access to the well and to the marketplace and all this stuff, but they'd be nice and close to the carpenter. Okay, so I put it right here. But, oops, let me right-click. Bah, I always do that. All right, here. Oops. Oh, boy. Okay, there we go. Let me try that again. Now, what I can do is I could just control-click this and bring this over here. And I need to click this button and change it to grand. I don't have that, but I do have stone. So I'm going to build a nice stone house for them right here. And that is fantastic. I'm just going to let that go, and there we go. So this bakery is going to take forever to build because all the trees they have to chop down. But to be honest, that's a blessing. I mean, we're just going to get a bunch of extra trees. Who's not happy about that? And we need one more piece of furniture to get this rocking. So they're building the stone house. Remember, like I said, they kind of do the last job that you queued up first sometimes. So like the most recent thing. So they're just building this stone house. These houses are finished. And I'm going to pause it. Looks like I can bring in another human. I will. Now here is the Dondorian right here in this longhouse rather. And he did find a place to live. But I'm going to move him here as soon as this is built. So for us, for this starting settlement, as we're learning the game, I am only going to bring in Crotonians, Dondorians, and humans, and that's it. We could bring in Tilapis, but let's just go with 3 for right now, because let's not overwhelm ourselves with too many different species. And they finished this. So they finished the market, and so you can see right here, where the market is servicing, and the market has some things that people want. And here's its storage right here. It's got 1 person already employed at it. I'm going to immediately auto-employ the market. Remember, you go down, you select the market over here, and you click this checkbox next to the labor number, and you have auto-employed it. And the food stall, I will also auto-employ. Its workload is 29%, so it's not going to be bringing anybody else on, but it's great. And the laboratory is incredibly low workload, but hey, it's doing its thing. Oh, they're still building. Okay, let me let them finish this stone house. And they're building it. There it goes. They did it. Okay, I'm going to pause it, and I'm going to go to this house, and I'm going to go to assign. And this house, what we want in here are Dondorians. So I want them to have permission, but let's see. I'm going to say permission for none, and then I'm just going to say Dondorian like that. So I kind of click the cancel button, nobody can live here, and then I turned on Dondorians, like so. Now, I don't think this guy's going to move, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to, he's going to be upset for a second, but I'm just going to go to assign. And in this house, oops, that's not what I want. Nobody. And I'm actually going to say that in this house you can bring in Kryptonians or humans. That's fine. And this one, hopefully it's still assigned properly, where I just want Dondorians in this house. There. Okay. Oh, you know what? I wasn't doing it correctly. That was the problem. I think you have to confirm it. So let me see if I was, let me try that again. Yes, okay, so if it's done correctly, you'll have these icons. So I did it right here. I just forgot to confirm it up there. So what we're going to do is we're going to say humans or Kryptonians can live here. And then you should see them right there. There we go. And hopefully our Dondorian will move in over here. Oh, okay, we can bring in another human. Do we want to, though? Are we ready? It'll be negative food if we do. So there's that to consider. Okay. I think I can't bring in anybody else until I get the food situation taken care of, and that's fine. We're just going to wait until this bakery is finished. Another thing that we can do, we're waiting for the Dondorian to actually move in here, by the way. Sometimes they're a little bit funky with this. There's all the humans right there. There's only... So, the Kryptonians have really spread themselves out. I'll need to make a better place for humans at some point, but that's okay. And here we go. Finally, you could see that the Dondorian Mandaris Daysel has moved in here. He's currently a delivery man. So, if you don't want that, you can go to workforce priority and be like, okay, wait a minute, Dondorians, what's going on here? So, right now, if I check here, this is what he's doing. He's at the warehouse. He's good at it, and he gets some fulfillment, which is like reasonable, but I think we want them to be in the carpenters more. So I could just boost up his like priority, to be at a carpenter that's over his, being at a warehouse, for example. And see if that'll get him to move jobs eventually. Okay. Well, let's just see if he filters to the job that we want. Now, another thing we could do to help make people happy is start building altars. So, we could build... Oh, you know what? Actually, never mind. Let me pause it for a moment. We could definitely build altars to allow them to worship. So we could go over into where are you? Religion, and Shrine to Krator would be a great idea because the Praetorians, well, they're into it. So we could build a shrine to Krator and just put this wherever we want in a place close to the Praetorians, so that everybody could go here and worship if they like. So we could put it, over here, for example. And this is a good idea. Now, if you click on this, and let's just say we go to Praetorians or whatever, and we click on, or Cretonians, and we click on the question mark, you could see the religion that they want, and they are 89% Cratorism, 9% Arthurism, and a little bit Schmalerism. But if we click on Dondorians, they're all about Arthurism, and then humans are a little bit of everything. So they could do Krator and Arthur. So the second shrine that we'd probably want to build or altar would be to Arthurism, to provide happiness. If there's an altar that people like and they're into, they get happy. They get a little unhappy if people practice other religions, but it's minimal compared to being able to practice their own religion. So, it's give and take, but it's an overall positive. So that's a nice thing to do, is to start building this altar. But I'll tell you what, an amazing thing to do is to go into construction, go into decorations, and we're just going to, you see how this opens up a window here and you can build like torches? We just need to build benches. It costs furniture to build a bench, okay? But people love benches. Now, also, if you mouse over any of this, you see the fulfillment that different species get from each type of construction. So pillars, people like that. Benches, people love it. They can sit on it. Statues, people love it. Trees, Dondorians don't like it, but Cretonians and humans certainly do. So these are really simple things. Like a tree is super easy, and we could just build these over here, right next to the Cretonian houses, and it will just, really, really boost their fulfillment. And a pillar, we don't unfortunately have the right stuff for that. Humidifier, we don't have any clay. We could build flower bed, meh. We don't have the technology, we don't have the metal for the torch, but I will build a bench. Now, I don't have the furniture for it, so we'll have to wait, but I'm going to drop in a few, and then just plan for those. You can see they started them, but they have the, sign indicating we don't have enough. And that's okay. So the altar, or the shrine rather, and the decorations, you can see these trees are here. People love it. It is just an easy way to boost happiness and fulfillment. You can see, look, right here, everyone's happy, and they're getting fulfillment from their occupation. They're getting fulfillment from services, and you could see like what's going up. The market is a boost that we got. The speaker they are loving it. The market doesn't provide as many things as they would like, but really the thing is, many of these structures that you build, they have to be in play for a certain amount of time for people to get happiness from them or fulfillment. So it's like the market just has to have been built for longer for the bar to fill up more, but it's impacting them, and they are definitely getting a boost from them. The harmony is, from the environment. You see the tree, there's like a slight uptick here. So this is kind of where they get the bonuses from the decorations and things that you build. And we're just going to unpause it. And they did it. They finished the shrine to Krator. This is also going to thrill people. They're going to love this. And, pause. We did it. Bakery number 2 is in. We are fully staffed here. We only have 4 odd jobbers now. And this is, look at this, 48 bread. So now, just like that, our food production has gone through the roof. And we have a good amount of grain. So this is going to be a wonderful way for us to start stockpiling food. Now that we have food, we can just bring in some more immigrants. And look at that. We just ranked up again to a Marir because we have 40. And we got an import and export construction for depots. And that is going to be the next big step for us, is setting up trade. But we still haven't even built the laboratory yet because I kind of wanted to get more food coming online. And also we brought in our first Dondorian in actually a stone house over here. We built an altar. We finished our market. We built some decorations. And we are really maintaining nicely. Look at, our loyalty and happiness are through the roof for the small population we have, and our food surplus is enormous. So we're going to continue just kind of growing nice and slowly here. They did bring one of the animals in. It looks like we're at 12 out of 17. Fantastic for our livestock. And we're going to continue growing nice and slowly. Looks like we might need another well at some point. But we're making huge strides. I think I want to build another carpenter up here, just like we did for the bakery. Maybe join them, maybe leave them separate for now. Because I just don't have enough furniture. I have one surplus furniture, and you can see they built the benches that we talked about. And look, somebody is actually biding time by sitting on the bench. They love, like I said, these benches. Now I'm going to stockpile furniture for a bit so that we can upgrade our warehouse, because with 32 furniture, it will upgrade it significantly. But we're really not building as much furniture as we want. We'd love a woodcutter too. And we'll get into that next time. Still lots of stuff to do and lots of stuff to talk about. But if you go slow and steady and don't surpass your production rate, make sure to keep your loyalty and happiness high. Don't build more than you have houses for. You will thrive in the early game here. Everyone, I hope you're still finding this series to be useful and fun. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.